This is the easiest mob XP farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and it's going to generate over an entire chest of items every 20 minutes. It's also going to bring you from level 0 all the way to level 30 in under 20 minutes, so settle in and let's build. The first thing we're going to do is grab our scaffolding and make sure you're in a nice and flat area. It doesn't have to be super flat, just make sure it's not mountainous, because the first thing we're going to do is build up 72 blocks with our scaffolding. That way nothing on the ground is going to spawn. It is going to be completely entity-free on the ground when we are at our AFK platform. A great way to know that you've built up the proper amount is that if you're on your scaffolding here and we just go ahead and shift, you'll see that I spawned a wandering trader down there and he comes back into our render distance. So we are literally cusping the edge of what's being loaded on the ground there. We're going to grab our blocks now and we're going to come over here. Obviously you're not going to be flying, but we're going to place down a rim around this scaffolding here using 8 blocks, and then we're going to build out to the left. From here, we're then going to build out 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to fill this all in to create a giant platform. This is going to be where we AFK, and this is also going to be where we drop all of the mobs from up top and where they're going to be killed in our Trident killer. And not that it really matters, but I did switch which side the cobblestone was extended on, just because we're going to grab our chest here, and we're going to place down our double chest in line with the scaffolding. If you didn't switch it, so you still had the scaffolding right here, then you would of course still place your chest here. It's just they would be misaligned, and that is why I moved the cobblestone. I didn't move the scaffolding, just the cobblestone. All right, now that we've gotten through that and we have our chest here, we're going to grab our hoppers now and place down 4 hoppers running into one another. Then we're going to grab our blocks and we're going to go around and just place blocks all the way around these hoppers. We're then going to go ahead and grab our pistons now and place down a piston above the chest, and then in an alternating pattern like this, so none of the pistons are looking at one another. We're then going to grab our redstone torches. We're going to place down redstone torches on the sides of each of these pistons, on these corner blocks, just like so. Then we're going to grab our observers, and we're going to place down our observers looking at each of those redstone torches and or looking into the corners of the Trident killer. And then once we have gone through all of this, we can go ahead and throw a lever on the front here and turn it on. And when we do this, it is going to start the Trident killer like you just saw there. When we turn it off, it is going to continue creating the clock that is powering this thing. So this is going to push our Trident around, which is going to grind all of the mobs and allow you to AFK here. So we're going to grab our blocks now, and we're going to place down blocks going up here, and all the way around. We're going to do a 2-block rim, and we're going to leave the section above that piston empty for now. Once you have filled in this 2-block rim, we're going to go ahead and extend it 17 blocks upwards so that we have a giant drop chute, which is 20 blocks tall. After building the drop chute, your farm should look something like this. We're going to come down to the AFK area now and grab our tridents, and we're going to throw our tridents at any one of those pistons. We're just going to throw them in there. Let's go ahead and throw in 2, just to make things a little bit quicker, but you really do only need 1. And we're going to go ahead and throw a slab on there. That way we cannot get in and baby zombies cannot get out. We can go ahead and turn off the Trident killer now, but we're going to be working up there, and eventually we're going to have mobs spawning, so we might as well just leave it on. Once you have thrown your Trident, though, we can go up here, and we are ready to start working on the bulk of the farm. We're going to grab our blocks, and we're going to build out 8 blocks in every direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8 in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do the same thing over. Let's do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're now going to connect up these 2 corners, and when it's all said and done, you should have a giant 20 by 20 platform, with the 2 by 2 hole in the middle, of course. And once you've placed all of the blocks, we can grab our blocks now and go to the edge, and we're going to create a giant rim going around the entire platform. This rim is going to be 1 layer of blocks, then we're going to do a layer of stairs on top of it, and then we're going to do a layer of blocks on the outside of those stairs to make sure that the light level is 0. I also just want to quickly apologize if you can hear thunder in this video. My whole house is currently shaking. You gotta love that springtime thunderstorms. It's actually kind of relaxing, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. If you can, I do apologize. I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up, but you're going to go ahead and throw blocks down on the outside as well. And when it's done, it should look like this. It's kind of looking a little bit like a gladiator pit right now, but there's one thing we need to do before we put our water in, and that is grab our blocks and count. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That side is good. Do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't really have to place the blocks. I just think that it is an easier way to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, perfect. That means that we have built everything 100% properly. I guess I probably should have said to do that before we built the rim, but I guess remove these blocks, and we're ready to go ahead and waterlog every single one of these stairs to create our water streams to carry everything over into the center of the farm. We're going to grab our blocks and create a 2x2 square in the center here and fill it up with our 2 water buckets, one in the corner, one in the corner. This is going to allow you to have a water source up here so you can grab your water, waterlog a stair, water, stair, water, stair. Instead of, like, you know, going down and grabbing it or filling your inventory with buckets, this is a way easier method, and you're just gonna waterlog all of the stairs. And after waterlogging all of the blocks, and of course removing your water source, this is what it's gonna look like, and it is already looking extremely cool. Just do not fall down that hole. You will most likely die, especially if you're not wearing any armor. We're gonna grab our blocks, and we're gonna create a rim of blocks. Holy shit. Did you guys hear that thunder? Oh my god. We're gonna grab our blocks, and we're gonna place blocks going all the way around these stairs, just like so. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and grab our packed ice. However, if you do not want to gather the 700 or 800 packed ice, you can just use building blocks. It is totally fine. It's just gonna make the rates slightly slower. So we're gonna grab our packed ice now, and we are going to build up 3 blocks, remove the bottom 2, and then we're going to grab it and just completely go around the entire structure. And then we're gonna go ahead and make smaller squares within this larger square. There's just a nice and easy way to make sure everything is properly counted, and it also makes it so that you don't have to, like, constantly build scaffolding. From here, we're going to count out 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place down a temporary block. Well, I guess it's a permanent block, but a marker block. Remove these 2. Place down 1 right here. We're gonna do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A marker block. Remove these 2 blocks. Marker block. And same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Marker block. Remove these 2. Marker block. And finally, this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Marker block. Remove these 2 and a marker block. What we now have is that looks cool too. We now have the blocks ready for our squares, so we're just going to fill in the rest of these squares to create platforms for the mobs to spawn on. Now we're going to fill in these platforms with packed ice, so I will meet you once that is done. Once you have placed your ice platforms, we can now grab our trapdoors and place trapdoors going all the way around the edges of these platforms. We're going to do this for all 4 of these squares, and in fact, every single one of these squares is going to be the exact same, so I'm just going to do this one. So we're going to place down trapdoors going all the way around, and then we're going to continue this trapdoor theme by placing down trapdoors in the center of these blocks. So we're going to place down a 3x3 grid within our 7x7 square, kind of like this, and then just, of course, go ahead and close up all of these trapdoors. This is going to trick the mob AI into thinking that there's a block here, and because they are on ice, it's going to be extra slippery, making it extra fast, and they are going to slide off the edge, and they're also not going to get stuck on this trapdoor because they're just going to slide and then fall off. So once you have your trapdoors here, we are ready to go ahead. Obviously, you would do your trapdoor. I'm going to do the trapdoors for the other 3. And after placing all of your trapdoors, this is what it is going to look like. We can now grab our blocks, and we are going to place down a 3-block rim going all the way around the farm on this strip right here. So not on this outer strip. This is just to keep the light out from leaking through the stairs. We're going to build the 3-block rim around this rim. And after building your 3-block rim, you now have the option to either cap off the farm and throw a roof over this and call it a day, or you can continue and build 3 more layers. Now, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to build 3 layers off camera, and I'm going to show you how to get started. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, break these 2 blocks, and just like that, you can literally repeat from this corner block exactly what we did for these layers. But now that we also have everything in place, you don't really have to do the big square. You could probably follow this much easier, and you're just going to create layers going over top of all of these. And if you want to end the farm, you're just going to throw over a cobblestone roof, and I'm going to do that once I have 4 more layers. So let me build 4 layers and then come back. After building all 4 layers, it is looking rather cool and rather efficient, mind you. Every one of these layers is basically going to double the rates well, I guess not double, because I mean, every one of these is worth making. Like, having 4 layers is going to be 4 times faster. Having 3 layers is going to be 3 times faster. 2 layers, you know what I mean? So once you have all of your layers in place, though, we can go ahead and build off our final layer. So we're going to do 1 more block around the rim, and then we are going to fill in this entire thing, again, a 20 by 20 platform with blocks, and make sure everything is nice and dark. So we're just going to go ahead and fill it in. And I apologize. I feel like my brain has kind of turned into butter. I messed up that last clip, but basically all I said was we should torch spam it because we don't want mob spawning. So make sure you place down torches on the rim, on the roof, and on the floor, as well as where you're going to be AFKing. And in fact, if you're going to be AFKing here and you have phantoms enabled, you might want to make this platform a little bit safer. But as you can see, we are already having plenty of mobs spawn and plenty of mobs drop in here. That is awesome. I'm going to AFK here until we have about a full chest worth of items. I'm going to guess that's probably going to take about 30 minutes because this thing is rather fast. So I'm going to AFK, see how long that takes, and I will be back. That was way faster than I was expecting. We got a full chest and 30 levels in about 20 minutes, which makes this farm absolutely insane. They must have gotten better at some point because I remember these things used to absolutely suck, but that is quite awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.